This week's parasha is Parashat Korah, and this week's parasha we find two different women that stand out. The wife of Korah, she instigated her husband to wage war against Moshe Rabbeinu, and we know what happened to Korah and all the people that followed him. Whereas the wife of On ben Pelet, he followed Korah in the beginning, but she convinced him out of it and she saved her husband's life. These are the two different women that stand out in this week's parasha. And you might say, you know what? It's not Korah's fault. He had a bad wife. She advised him wrong. Whereas On ben Pelet, he had a zechut. He had a good wife. Rabbi Attie, the great rabbi from Aleppo from the 1700s, tells us a beautiful idea in a sefer called Zechut Avot. We know the Gemara says that there's a custom when a person got married. He'd wake up in the morning, they'd tell him, the pasuk in Mishlei, Masa isha masa tov vayapek ratzon me'Hashem. Did you find a good wife? They would ask him the question. Or the pasuk in Kohelet, Umotza ani mar mimavet et ha'isha asher hi misodim. Or did you find a bad wife? That was the custom. And Rabbi Attie says, what's the purpose of this question? I don't understand it. What is he supposed to do? It's a little too late. What are you trying to bring out? And Rabbi Attie tells us, if you look in the Pesukim, you'll understand the message is powerful. The question they're asking him, Matzah isha masah tov, how are you zocher to a good wife? Vayapek ratzon me'Hashem is when a person brings out the will of Hashem, when a man works on himself and he elevates himself and he brings out the ratzon of Hashem and he works to serve Hashem to the greatness that he can reach himself to. Then he's matzah isha masah tov, he'll find a good wife. However, if a person's not working on himself, he's not a good person, then motza ani, I will find in my own self the problem, mar mi mavet. It's because of me. I can't blame my wife. It's all me. When I work on myself and I elevate myself and I bring myself constantly closer to Hashem, I'm elevating not just myself, I'm elevating my wife and my family. And therefore I'll be zocher to an isha tovah. Whereas if a person doesn't work on himself, then he's going to find motza ani, he'll see it in himself, mar mi mavet. It'll be so bitter because of him. And that's the message that they asked the Hatan. Did you find a good wife? Then a person's elevating himself properly, but if you don't find that good wife, you have to work on yourself. Make teshuvah. Elevate yourself. Bring out the Ratzon Hashem and you'll be zocher to a great wife. It's in your hands. And he says that's the pasuk in Eshet Chaya when it says Eshet Chaya lateret ba'ala. In Mishlei it says, and Eshet Chaya, this woman of valor, she's the crown of her husband. What does Shelemah Melech want with this pasuk in Mishlei? He's telling you, how do you understand where you're standing in life? When a man's zocher to an Eshet Chaya, it's his crown. It's his confirmation of where he is in life. That if a person's zocher to such a great wife, is because he's working on himself to elevate himself to be such a great person. And that's the pasuk in Mishlei. Rabbi Attie tells us as well. Yehi mikorcha baruch, when your whole mikor, your whole being is blessed, then usmach me'eshet ne'orecha. You'll be happy, you'll be zocher to a beautiful wife. That's the message. Rabbi Attie says, so Korah can't blame his wife. He has to blame himself. And On ben Pelet was zocher to such a great wife because he was a man that elevated himself as well, and he was zocher. Bezat Hashem, we should all have a beautiful Shabbat. Enjoy your family.